Neurodiversity is when a person has a difference in their neurological function and capacities than somebody else. In general, intellectual disability affects 1 in 30 children. That's a large number. That's a good segment of the population. I found it devastating. That's what drove me to do science. Science brought an understanding that this is no one's fault. Nobody did something wrong. It's truly something that just happens. A neurodiverse individual may walk into the room and may not read the feeling of the people in the room. They may not be able to process sounds the way we process sound. The same about touch. They may not be able to understand language. They may not be able to produce language. When I meet someone who has a child who either have a mild intellectual disability or all the way to somebody with a severe disorder, they're devastated either way, right? Everybody wants their child to be neurotypical. The first thing I'll tell them, I really know how early intervention is truly changing the course of performance of people with autism as well as people with even severe disorders like Rett syndrome. If you saw 10 children with autism, you cannot say my kid is going to be like those 10 children or like this one or that one. Every person is different. Anytime you see a child with a deficit, there's always something they can do you did not expect. It's really one of the fastest growing area of discoveries because all of these technologies we do here at Baylor and the Neurological Research Institute really help us solve these problems at a much faster pace.
The vehicle of sport is such a huge stigma eraser. It gives people a different way to understand their place in the world. It gives people with neurological disability a chance to accomplish things that maybe they don't think they can, their families may not think they can, society certainly doesn't think they can. And it's a really important vehicle for people to learn from each other, to know that you're not alone, that there's other people who experience life like you do.
저 이름은 조인찬이고 여기선 축구한 지 3년이 됐습니다.
한쪽하면 보는 거에 대해서 이야기해 줄 수 있는 느낌이 있지?
아니요. 네, 패스.
문화가 그래요, 문화. 유교 사상이라는 게 있어요. 자기 집에 장애인이 태어나면 아주 불행하게 생각해요. 재수가 없다.
그 전에는 정신 박약이었어. 근데 그런 용어들만 봐도 지금 한국의 장애인 체육이 상당히 지금 발전해 나가고 있고 제도적으로, 재정적으로도 좀 많이 좋아지고 있는 시기입니다. 이게 그냥 순수하게 축구의 체육만이 아니라 축구 안에 재활이 들어가 있고 사회성이나 이런 모든 요소들이 들어가 있기 때문에 인천 선수는 처음에 들어왔을 때보다 지금은 많이 성장한, 그러니까 이제 그 성장을 했다는 거는 운동만이 아니라 모든 면에서 사회성도 그렇고.
오전에는 일어나서 아침에 일찍 일어나서 씻고 알바하고 이게 치킨집인데 그리고 3시 반부터 5시 반까지는 축구. 형들하고 감독님이 잘해주시고 너무 친절하게 잘 가르쳐주세요. 5시 반부터 7시 반까지는 헬스장이에요. 헬스장은 거의 5일 정도 가요. 안 다치는 게 우선이라 생각해요.
잖아요. 저희가 작업장에도 이제 장애인들만 있는 게 아니고 어르신 일자리도 오거든요. 어르신 일자리들이 굉장히 해서 어떤 사람은 되고 어떤 사람은 떨어지잖아요. 약간 인문학적으로 제가 운영을 한다고 제 스스로 생각도 하고 남들도 그렇게 인정을 해주는 편이거든요. 여기 저희 리플렛을 보시면 약간 여기 앞에 다시 이렇게 납품하는 걸 했었어요. 그래서 당시에 급여가 되게 작았는데도 왜냐하면 아까 말했듯이 집에만 있는 것보다는 일단 사회 속으로 이렇게 나오는 게 제일 중요하기 때문에 그렇게 시작을 했고 이렇게 시간이 지나면서 이제
주사랑 공동체 교회 이종락 목사입니다. 베이비박스를 운영하고 있고 장애인 공동체를 섬기고 있는 목사입니다. 베이비박스는 여기가 원래 장애인 공동체였었어요. 우리 아이들이 살았던 26명의 아이들이 살았던 공동체였었어요. 아이들이 많이 버려졌어요. 많이 죽었어요. 그래서 그때 그 아이들을 살리기 위해서 이 베이비박스를 정말 만들 수밖에 없는
এবং এটা হচ্ছে সাতক্ষীরা জেলা প্রত্যন্ত ইটস এ রুরাল এরিয়া
ডিসেবিলিটি বেশি সমস্যা গ্রামে গ্রামে বেশি হলো সব অবহেলার পত্র হয়ে যায় খেলার মাঠে যে কোনো বাজার ঘাটে চাকরি বাড়ির ক্ষেত্রে অফিসিয়াল যে কোনো ক্ষেত্রে ডিসেবিলিটির কোনো
Io sono Vincenzo Falcone, sono arrivato in Bangladesh il 25 febbraio del 75 e ero parte di un'organizzazione missionaria, quindi ero interessato per la socialità, per la solidarietà.
La famiglia pensa che ha questa cosa di vergogna, i genitori pensano che quando c'è qualcuno disabile nella famiglia che dice che non vanno fuori, sempre rimango dentro come un pigione.
Loro sono vittima di una società che ancora ha tanto cammino da fare.
যেখানে যায় সেখানে অবহেলা করে অবহেলার পাত্র হয়ে থাকে গ্রামে বেশিরভাগ এটা হয়।
সাধারণ মানুষ বলবে যে ও তুমি কিছু করতে পারো না এবং এটা আমার একদম বাস্তব দেখা হয়েছে যে যখন আমরা কম্পিউটার চালাইছি ও তুমি কম্পিউটার চালাইতে পারো আবার যখন এই যে আমাদের প্লেয়াররা যখন খেলে ও এরা খেলতে পারে
Quando di solito la gente pensa che una persona con disabilità non può fare niente, non può fare studiare, non può fare giocare niente. Allora, quando vede che una persona con disabilità può anche giocare, anche può stare con sport, è un bel messaggio molto forte di cambiare.
When I started, there was a lot of stigma. And sadly, terms like mental retardation was used to describe everybody who's not neurotypical. I think people are eager now, rather than hiding their child in a closet, to be out there and say, let me meet the community, let me meet other parents, let me see what we can do.
Sport is a connector, right? It's a common language to create an opportunity to bond and cheer for a team, right? To be part of that fan base, to be part of that community. And it creates that natural opportunity to have this common experience.
Estamos en el Palacio Ibaigane. Esta es nuestra sede. Es la sede del Athletic Club de Bilbao. Esto es lo más grande que hay. Nosotros tenemos una única filosofía que es diferente en todo el mundo. Trabajamos con gente ya en alto nivel, chicas y chicos que son de aquí. Y estamos en el máximo nivel de la competición futbolística. Esa tradición tenemos que seguir manteniéndola. ¿Cómo? Pues trabajando la parte social y esa parte la hacemos desde la cultura, desde la comunidad y desde la inclusión.
tengo una. La de siempre, la de...
Con su nombre todos.
Antes tengo otro número, antes tenía el número, pero ahora tengo otro. Antiguamente era el 14, ahora el 27.
Me llamaron un día pues, a que le habían pedido genuino una chica y a ver si Marijos estaba interesada. Digo, pues encantada. Sí. Y ahí empezó. ¡Oh, que me quemo! ¡Oh, que me quemo!
Es que esto se quema mucho. El año que empecé.
Hace mucho.
Hace mucho tiempo, sí. O sea, casi 6 años con este que lleva...
No, mucho más de 6.
¿Más de 6 años?
Claro.
Me gustó mucho ir, a conocer a sus entrenadores, a la gente. Me puse muy contenta. Y luego ya empecé a jugar con ellos, a hacer amigos.
María José es una persona tímida, por lo menos, o lo era antes. Ahora es mucho más confiante y se la ha visto pues, mucho más extrovertida, que ha hecho grupo. Y María José pues, es una de las que siempre ayuda, de las que siempre está con todo el mundo. Y como es una de las capitanas, pues es el que todo el mundo le sigue.
Pertenece a un grupo importante, pertenece al Atleti de Bilbao.
Se libra María José, que ha estado en su posición. La capitana, mira, por suerte la capitana hoy. David, hemos estado allí y estábamos en fuera de juego todo el rato. Hoy no hemos marcado.
Se sienten útiles, se sienten que ayudan en el preocuparse de que los que están al lado estén bien. O sea, es otra forma, ven ya las cosas de otra manera, o sea, pero de funcional personal, no tanto como fútbol, sino como funcionamiento personal.
Pues mi equipo importante es tenerlo porque siempre tengo muchos amigos, me voy bien con ellos. Y si no estaría con ellos, pues estaría un poco más triste, pero bueno. Porque me gusta para animarles, estar con ellos. Cuando acaben los partidos, estar con ellos bailando, estar con ellos divirtiéndonos.
Su padre fue socio del Atleti toda la vida, ¿eh?
Mi padre fue socio del Atleti, sí, ¿verdad?
Sí, sí, de siempre.
Mi padre sí, sí.
Y aquí se sigue manteniendo una filosofía que es lo que hace que el Atleti es algo tuyo, es de todos, vamos, no tuyo, de todos. Es algo que todo el mundo esté con él y lo sienta suyo.
¿Cómo no vamos a hablar nosotros, siendo genuinos, de la familia del Atleti? Que ese vestuario, con sus familias, con el club, se unen todos en una y hacemos una familia importante.
Sin el apoyo de las familias, esto sería imposible.
Es la segunda peña más grande del Atleti. La tenemos que mimar y la tenemos que hacer crecer para que sea la primera, porque ahí sí sería la inclusión.
With proper education, you can help people understand somebody. The typical material a neurotypical child might be studying in school may not be accessible at the same speed or in the same way you provide the content. It may be totally accessible in a totally different medium. So I think our educational system needs to encompass all media that could be helpful to people with various skill sets.
He always liked United. He was always interested in football, really sporty at school. I think, you know, for any child that's got a disability, to be in a mainstream school, because that's what he was in, it's a real challenge because there's so many things that other people don't see, the complex things that young people that are particularly neurodiverse that need to deal with.
As a kid growing up, I didn't have many friends in high school and I didn't like, you know, it was a rough patch of life when I was in high school. I didn't really fit in.
Kids can be cruel at that age and it's really, really challenging. So to come to the United Foundation and be part of something where you don't have to explain yourself, I think that was the place and the time that we knew that we kind of found a home for Joe. That was the important bit.
Manchester is red.
The Ability Count session has been running for over 20 years now. For professional development, it's massive. We've got a pathway now for young people that can start as participants and then they have the opportunity to go from participant to volunteer and moving into paid work as well. Joe started when he was 13.
Like the first time I played her, I was nervous, I was excited, it was just different emotions really. Hi, Mum.
It literally did save our lives. I was going through breast cancer at the time when we first came here. And we just needed a space to breathe, and that's what United gave us. And honestly, I can't even thank the foundation enough for everything that they did for him. I'm sorry that I've made you upset.
So this is an example where a traditional school may not be the right place for someone with an intellectual disability, but some other ways or some different pace might help these individuals.
Education is the key for everything, because education will help you succeed in everything. Without education, you can't do anything. When I was in middle school, they used to make fun of me because I used to draw a lot. So it was pretty tough for me.
When he gets now to high school, he used to take coffee to one of the coaches over there. Suddenly, this coach, that he took the coffee for almost 4 years, gave me a call. And he said, you know what? They're opening up a special program in FIU.
I spoke to them, they accepted me, so they gave me a 3-year scholarship to go to a real college and take college classes.
After he graduated, they gave him a job as one of the equipment managers for the university's football team.
That's how my football career started. So now I work for the NFL. I'm a ball boy for the Miami Dolphins, so excited to be part of that too.
It might be the highlight of Ivan's life.
Sport is definitely greatly correlated with success in employment. You think about the skills that participating in sport gives people. It teaches you about setting goals, it teaches you about discipline, it teaches you about teamwork, it teaches you about patience.
The more they're integrated, the more they do work outside of the very much the people who are like them, the more they're integrated with other segments of society, the more they'll feel the rewards of that. Reward system in the brain enhances brain health, enhances brain plasticity, and they can learn more.
Yo arranqué en el 2015 a laborar en el Congreso de la Nación. Yo empecé a trabajar en un programa de inclusión laboral para personas con discapacidad. Una ley que dice que en el Estado se tiene que cumplir un cupo del 4%. Y LEA ingresa a través de esa ley.
Sigo café a los diputados de 11 años trabajando. Llevo café a todo. Este es muy especial por mi amigo. Es para mi amigo y mi hermano toda la vida. Esto es una casa, la verdad. Sí, mi familia, todos unidos. Hola, amigo. ¿Todo bien?
Bien.
¡Ay, qué mochila que tenemos!
La de boquita, la de boquita.
¿Cómo estás, amigo? ¿Bien?
¿Qué, vos? A mí me conocen todos. ¿Cómo andás? ¿Todo bien?
Es un crack, es delegado nuestro y es uno de los que más trabaja. La verdad que lo queremos mucho.
Having success on the field of play allows a person to conceive of themselves in a different way and perhaps opens their own mind to pursuing things for themselves that maybe they otherwise would not have.
এবং বাংলাদেশের প্রেক্ষাপটে ওই যে কর্মের জায়গাটা সেটাও আসলে ওরকম নাই প্রতিবন্ধী ব্যক্তিদের জন্য, কারণ তার মাল্টিপল ডিসএবিলিটি, এটার কারণে অনেকেই তাকে কর্মে নিতে চায় না।
Prima la gente ci chiedeva l'elemosina, adesso viene a chiedere lavoro, quindi già un cambiamento.
মাসুম তাদের পরিবারে একমাত্র ছেলে, যে জায়গাটা হচ্ছে যে যখন আমাদের তার পরিবারে আর্নিং সোর্স ওরকম নাই, তার বাবা হচ্ছে কিছু অসুস্থ, এখন যেহেতু সে 27 বছর বয়স, তার কোনো জব নাই ওরকম, আমরা আমাদের সাথে কিছু কাজ দেই, সেখান থেকে কিছু সে একদম খুব সামান্য কিছু হাত খরচ পায় যেটা সে ফ্যামিলিকে দেয়।
Sport plays a role in helping people access the healthcare system less. Access to healthcare, particularly in the United States, is a huge challenge for people with all types of disabilities.
It's one of the richest countries in the world that doesn't have universal health care. People like my brother who have intellectual disabilities and some physical disabilities, to navigate the system is so incredibly difficult, and it is so time-consuming and confusing that if that person doesn't have somebody who is not mentally incapacitated in any way, or doesn't speak English, they will not have access.
Which is why, this team and this cup and everything we do provides that opportunity for our athletes. We are the world's largest health care provider for those with intellectual disabilities. Just under 70% of those athletes with disabilities live below the poverty line. In many cases, don't have health opportunities. So we fill in that gap to help them reach their full potential.
Today we actually have 2 different health screenings going on at the same time. In this room, all the athletes get their eyes checked. If they do need glasses, then they get glasses for free. And then we're doing a color blindness test over here as well. So in this room, this is our dental check. Our dental screening is super non-invasive, but we check if there's any injury, if there's any missing teeth. A big thing that we are doing here is we're also training health professionals to be able to work with our population, and that's really lacking out in the real world.
Last year I was weighing 345 pounds. Now I'm 245.
He was very happy. Said, you see, Mom, I can make it. And I said, yeah, Ivan, you did it already.
To be honest with you, even in the U.S., it's difficult with the health issue because of the food you have. And you want to eat, but you have to control yourself and you have to say, okay, I'm not going to eat that. Let me eat something better. My weight loss commitment was basically for Inter Miami. Be the best player for my team. Like, you're brothers. We stay together, we lose together.
1, 2, 3, if Ivan can change his life, he can lose a lot of weight and become a better goalkeeper, there's no reason why the next athlete can't become the next Ivan.
One of the biggest challenges that faces every family is what will happen when the parents leave this world. That's really a big challenge. They worry about who's capable of making some big executive decision for them if they're not capable in this space.
I think sports can be a source of solace and community when you've lost your family. And because you've got your sporting community, your team, and a focus and a purpose and a reason to get up and keep going.
Lea en el año 2020 pierde a su madre. Cuando pierde a su madre queda con su padre. Pudimos generar una charla previa y se pudo hacer un laburo previo para que Lea genere esa autonomía.
¿Qué situación bajamos? Bajamos callados. Callados caminamos y yo voy al colmillo.
Andando en transporte público, por ahí haciendo un campamento, viendo si él se bañaba solo, si necesitaba algún otro apoyo. Y pensamos que eso le iba a costar y la verdad que lo ha resuelto extremadamente bien. A los 2 años el padre muere por el mismo motivo y a raíz de eso Lea queda sin un acompañamiento.
Que sentí, me la había sola, todo, no podía más. Pues sí, la verdad que iba a romper mi casa.
Y es ahí donde me llaman a mí para acompañarlo en el proceso de vida. Lea ya hace 1 año y medio, 2, empezamos un recorrido junto nuevo de vida.
En mi caso yo soy más chico que él. Él es más grande que yo. Así que yo creo que vamos a envejecer juntos y vamos a hacer el transcurso de vida como pares. Más como hermano que como un padre o figura de padre, más como hermano. Entonces nos vamos a ir desarrollando juntos y vamos a ir aprendiendo juntos. Largarlos, hay miedo de que ellos se manejen solo por ese aspecto. Pero en mi caso con él, yo creo que vamos a ir de la mano, vamos a hacer un camino, un recorrido de la mano. Vamos a crecer juntos.
Chao. Papi. Él es el jefe.
No, ¿qué te digo
Ah,
yo? No me digas.
El primo.
For me, the competitive aspect was very important. I didn't realize it until I started playing that I actually was competitive, quite honestly. After all my years of competition and focused on being the best, I realized that there was tremendous value in taking part, in being a part of it, and being part of the movement because of the people it exposed me to, the places it exposed me to, the things I learned about myself through it, which really had nothing to do with winning. It had to do with trying. It had to do with being out there.
승우야. 인찬이한테 그냥 축구는 뭐 본인의 뭐 전부이자 뭐 삶의 일부인 것 같고 축구를 할 때 가장 항상 행복해하는 것 같더라고요. 그래서 이 친구가 이렇게 여기에 목숨 걸고
잘해야 한다는 부담감이 크기 때문에 저희 팀이 웬만하면 잘하는 팀이기 때문에 거의 대회 가서 거의 잘하기 때문에 막 못해준 거나 뭐 실수했으면 그걸 알려주면서 조언도 해주고 잘했다 칭찬 항상 해주고
우선적으로 분명히 이기는 팀은 있고 지는 팀은 분명히 발생을 한다고 생각을 합니다. 그래도 뭐 이기면서 얻어지는 거는 분명히 있을 거고 지면서도 얻어지는 게 분명히 있는데
It's really sad.
Why do you feel sad?
우승을 원했는데 우승을 못해서 너무 아쉽고 다음엔 잘 준비해가지고 우승하겠습니다. 저가 좀만 더 잘 뛰었고 열심히 뛰었으면 이겼을 텐데 못 뛰어가지고 아쉽습니다.
우리 선수들이 성장하면서 이런 축구적인 요소, 외적으로 사회성이나 이런 전반적인 요소들이 이 대회를 통해서 많이 성장할 거라고 저는 생각을 하고 있습니다.
For people with neurological disability, I think sport is really in a growth phase right now. And there's an evolution of understanding, of organization, of opportunity. As a child growing up with cerebral palsy, I did not know that I could play sports. It changed the way I saw myself, and it changed the way I thought about what I could do.
Viajamos a Houston. Estamos viviendo, compartiendo Houston con otros 40 equipos de todo el mundo. La convivencia, el equipo, todo eso mezclado, ¿qué importancia tiene un resultado? Donde vayamos, al resultado le quitamos muchísima importancia. Donde vayamos, vemos la perspectiva grandiosa que tiene poder estar allí. Solo poder jugar y hacer amigos tiene que trascender muchísimo más que el resultado futbolístico.
The more we have dialogue and the more we bring people together. Imagine if we don't have the genuine cup. Those teams they're probably in cultures where there's so many high demand and disappointment. They will never benefit from that acceptance that they might learn from other cultures.
Boca, mi buen amigo, esa hinchada que está contigo.
Lea le gustó siempre el fútbol, si bien se viste todo el tiempo de Boca, lo lleva muy arraigado y creo que le ha hecho muy bien el club.
Aparte, mi mamá falleció y mi papá también. Yo con él compartí en un momento, encuentro. ¡El corazón! La copa se la voy a dedicar a mi gran persona, Agustín Domínguez. Agus, no llores, porque esto es para vos. El corazón es tuyo, hermano.
What it's done for Joe has opened up a world of opportunities.
Come on.
And it's opened up a pathway for his adult life that he probably wouldn't have had.
চেষ্টা করতাম যে আরো এগিয়ে যাবো, ভালো জায়গায় খেলতে উঠতে পারে, সেটা আমাদের জন্য ভালো, আমাদের গর্ব, আমাদের গ্রামবাসীর গর্ব।
I was never worried because we'll always be there, but there's this level of can he do this by himself? Can he have this, life that we've always wanted him to have? And I think the answer now is yes.
이제 우리 아이들도 이게 이제 축구를 해도 기쁨으로 이렇게 자기들이 행복할 수 있는 축구를 이렇게 구성해서 잘 하면 좋은데.
for someone who's spent her career studying neurodiverse individuals, to see so many of them happy and fulfilled and doing so well, seeing the strength they have, the capacity they have, we need more of that. Science is advancing so fast that in some of these individuals, we may find a particular chemical deficit that we can treat with something ready to go, or we may have to develop specific therapies, but the technology is there now. So today, I'm far more optimistic anytime I meet with any of these individuals. You can do something today with these early interventions. And as you do it at every step of their life, train them, engage them, socially surround them with people who can understand and help them. That's how you're going to help them be the best version of themselves they can be.
Tenemos que compartir lo que somos personas de este mundo y que tenemos sitio en este mundo. Contagiarnos de la felicidad, contagiarnos de la alegría, contagiarnos de que la vida es única y que vamos a estar en este mundo muy poco tiempo, entonces vamos a ser felices, vamos a ser alegres, vamos a compartir, vamos a experimentar.